I want to talk to you about Amaze again. Aaron Day, you probably saw on all
Mushroom
the socials.
cloud.
We went on every single wherever we are, including Biz TV here, as you've seen, and American Life Network and American Forces Network and such. Even Bloomberg, we posted that we're going to have Aaron on today, and the reason is because Amaze has been going crazy in terms of what's been going on in the last 3 months.
Absolutely.
And what I'm basically going to do is walk through with Aaron what they've been doing, but also his personal social media. The social media for Amaze and him are going crazy. And here he is. Look at that, Aaron Day,
CEO of Amaze, ticker symbol AMZE. So happy to have him back here on the Big Biz Show.
I was getting worried, man. I mean, I was getting like this. Honest to goodness, I'm pretty heavy when it comes to workload. I have never seen anybody. I'm not saying that because you and I are friends too. Is that I've never seen anybody go at the rate you went. I was like, I even said one time, dude, please slow down. You're an asset of mine. Oh my God.
My wife was getting really jealous. My wife was getting really jealous, Sally. So
yeah. So listen. Can we just start off with March? You guys had a crazy busy March. What were you doing? What's the significant news? I know that a lot of things are going down the ball field faster than you probably even imagined.
yeah. So good to see you both, by the way. Mike, how you doing?
Good.
So we kicked off March with me traveling to Nashville for it's called CRS, the Country Radio Seminaries, where all the radio stations around the country come into Nashville and get to experience the up and coming artists in the country music genre. We have a brand new large partnership with one of the largest talent management firms in the country. They represent around 10% of the marketplace, huge market.
Wow.
Something like $3 to $4 billion worth of e-commerce potential there, and they're growing rapidly in the space. And we spent the time just meeting with artists in the country music space and talking about what's coming with the next generation of commerce and social media with them. Walked away just loaded with all kinds of to-dos to get these people up and running. And that kind of kicked off the spring season for, you've got ACMs in May in Vegas, and then you have the CMAs in June in Nashville. So we'll be really busy there as one of our big music verticals take off. We came back for a couple days, got to catch our breath for a second, and then half of the Amaze team went to Vegas for Shop Talk Vegas. And then myself and a few other people went to Miami for the Winter Music Festival. What was really, really interesting was that we were in Shop Talk Vegas with a foodchannel.com booth that we had deployed in the Shop Talk Vegas Convention Center. And because we had just announced prior to that our new partnership with LA Times Publishing, which I haven't spoken publicly much about yet, we also had the vice president of sales, a gentleman named Eric, and his team with us at Shop Talk Vegas, promoting the synergy between LA Times Publishing and the Food Channel. And we basically met with hundreds of different brands and partners and tech companies promoting our vision for foodchannel.com. We had our new live shopping platform running, showing a live video of the new solution that has been released. And we started training the LA Times sales force to do more brand collaboration deals and selling deals for Food Channel. Think about this, guys. I mean, we have 3 or 4 selling specialists, growth specialists inside of Amaze. They have 45 people dedicated to that team that we're inheriting, right now. So it's been pretty crazy onboarding all these people. The massive audience, 100 million viewers a month coming into LA Times and all their different publication channels. So we basically, within a matter of a week, built a pipeline bigger than our entire projection for revenue for Food Channel
I'll
for the
say.
year. It was insane.
When did you sleep?
Yeah, well, he didn't. That was why I was worried about him. Because when I get text messages East Coast that are 4 in the morning, then I'm in trouble. Hey, talk about the music thing just for a second, because obviously content creator space is one thing, and some of your other IP is one thing, but the music specifically, talk about how that is deployed through your platform.
Yeah, so obviously we have lots of artists that are, whether they've come in through YouTube Music or our partnership with Jamvana, which is one of the up and coming tech platforms in the music space. They distribute to 5 of the largest, the Spotify's of the world. We've got a partnership with OpenWave. So really, what's interesting is that we're seeing this massive wave of artists who really are struggling to monetize. I mean, they don't get paid. Look, you got to get 1 million downloads on Spotify to make like $100, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, I get 0.003 cents per. Listen, we know.
Yeah.
We're actually on tour with
it's
the major bands, and I swear it's 0.003 per stream. 1 million streams gets you 30 grand.
Yeah, it's really bad, right? So merch and e-commerce, physical product sales for artists is really, really important to them. And they've kind of been living in this world of we're only going to really sell merch in any kind of volume at an event, and that's very limiting. So I got to participate at the Winter Music Festival in Miami on this really fun panel with Max Weinberg, who's the senior VP from Interscope Records. He invited me to sit on the stage, and packed audience.
Wow.
Artists, record labels, promoters, talent managers, and we talked about how how Amaze is allowing for 24/7 merch sales for artists and to their fan base, both in-person events and online. And while it was happening, we were actually activating all the commerce at the Miami Music Festivals, letting people sell merch. So it was really, really.
This is that thing, part of negotiation, when you say perform during the process. You're actually performing during the process of getting this thing going, which is brilliant because they got to touch it, feel it, see it, and experience it firsthand.
Yeah, and you think about the Sully, you have a show, you put on a show, people come watch you. Maybe you have something there they want to buy, but they're so into the moment of watching the music and experiencing it that
they don't go to the merch booth. They don't go to the merch booth afterwards, right? We see that a lot.
So now all of a sudden they walk out and they've got all these things hitting them like, hey, relive this experience, get this limited edition product afterwards. So we're enhancing that. We're enhancing the life cycle of selling to those fans, and I think artists are falling in love with it, right? So for me to be there and watch that, and even the record labels that have done a tremendous job building out massive merch businesses are still looking at a cost structure of how they manage inventory, how they manage supply chain. And they look at our model and they're like, this makes so much more sense.
Well, what's interesting is these days in the music business, and obviously at my ripe young age, after signing a second record deal, I've learned so much about this business and how it was in the 70s and 80s and how it is now. And the only way you make money now, really, is touring and merch. It really is, which is why you're at the tip of the spear. I mean, this is a whole new vertical for you guys in terms of another funnel, I guess, for revenue. You teased us a month ago with this thing called Moments AI when we talked on the air with you, and now we are pacing, wondering, can you talk about that after these 3 weeks? Is it because I want to hear about the new platform?
Yeah, I can talk about it, and we're getting super, super close to full-scale rollout. So Moments AI is part of this new Amaze commerce engine that we're rolling out. And if you think about it, it's not a commerce engine with AI tools. It's an AI engine platform that enables commerce. So it's a bit of wordsmithing here from me, but what we're really doing is we're under a fundamental shift in how commerce operates, with everything powered by AI internally, giving the sellers, the creators, so much more capability to go to market faster, on trend, in the moment. We have been every week introducing it to more and more creators. It is a 10 out of 10, guys. Every single person that's using it is coming back saying this is so much better. We've introduced this new concept of style guides, which I'm so excited about. Sully, when you get a chance to use this, you're going to love it. I mean, you're walking down the street, you take a picture of something, you add it to your style guide. You build this. The style guide starts to think about who you are and build your style guide. And then over time, you can share style guides with other people.
Well,
So,
I mean, could you imagine? And you used this analogy a while back, and I'm not sure if it was just us in the studio or if it was on the air one time. But let's say you're at a World Series or at a Super Bowl or you're at Indy 500, and you see a thing and say, "Bam!" Right? I mean, that's the future, correct?
it's the future. And now it's not just like, hey, I want to sell that product, but maybe I want to take my brand and I want to blend my brand with this other brand that I really like and create this new style that comes to life in so many other ways. So just so you know, what's going to happen is in the next couple of weeks, we're going to email over 13 million creators on our platform and tell them that the migration has started, the transition has started. And for those that are actively selling, they'll be prioritized. And then those ones that may be a little bit sleepy or dormant, they'll get notification. But by around June 15th, we should have the majority of the people migrated to the full platform and able to use it. And then between June 15th and somewhere around September 15th, you'll start to see the new opening up of the platform where not only can you sell your own branded products, but you're going to start to see an influx of third-party products coming in, and which is great. Now the openness of the platform for third-party developers to start building capabilities in the platform. So we have spent enormous amounts of money and time getting to this point, and I couldn't be more excited about what's coming over the next 2 months. So.
Aaron Day, CEO of Amaze, ticker symbol AMZE. Aaron, as far as the massive value in the tech world and the systems, where is Amaze in this weave?
You know, I think there's maybe outside of the open AI and the Anthropic and the Google, there's maybe a handful of companies that have enough data to power their own AI engines.
Yeah.
I think what you're going to find is that, you know, Amaze is one of those companies that has built a massive amount of data and a data model that allows us to be what comes next when it comes to personalized commerce anywhere. And Mike, I'm really excited about it. I mean, we worked so hard. I can't wait for this baby to be born and for the world to see what we built here.
What you guys really need there is some background music and maybe a band to be the official to the millions. I'm just saying we would be more than happy to donate that to the millions of people that would have eyeballs on us suddenly that fast.
Oh my God!
Hey,
we need to have a live event in Carlsbad with every creator we can bring
listen,
in.
do you realize it's funny you say that because Mary, who's not here today, handles our live events here we do at Loft 100 Studio, and it's literally a room full of people, live music, and a platform, and it's super exciting. And now we got people coming back to do it because remember the old days with books and tapes in the back of the room when you're going to a motivational speaker? It's sort of the same thing, but it's brand launch. Hey, I was on the investor deck. Notice the Amaze IR site, which is ir.amaze.co. Talk about that. There's a lot of news. There's a lot of news about this flywheel thing that you talked about a while. Remind us what that is again.
Yeah, so we put out a few weeks ago our new flywheel, our new investor deck to explain. A lot of people were reaching out to me asking me what I meant when I said, LA Times Publishing is our first real distribution partner. And so we felt like the investor community really didn't understand what this means. So if you think about it this way, Amaze has 13 plus million, almost 14 million creators or sellers creating a commerce experience. Those fans are coming in like every minute. There's over 5,000 people in the store looking at products, buying products, looking at moving things around, and we're collecting all that data. And so that data model then is looking at how we help the next creators sell something better, at a higher conversion rate. And then you think about, well, what about all these other high volume distribution partners out there that could actually take our data with their data and convert even better? And so what LA Times Publishing is this really, really, amazing national publishing company that has over 100 million people coming into their sites on a monthly basis. So you take their distribution and our distribution, you put it together, And then what comes out of that is enhanced commerce, but enhanced data. So this flywheel just keeps spinning. And so what you're going to see is in the music vertical and the food vertical and other verticals that we're opening up, these new distribution partners come in, and we're allowing them to come in and participate in our flywheel, right? We're not just saying, hey, this is only an Amaze flywheel. We're saying, hey, as a high volume distribution player, you can come in and we'll work together. So you'll see it in the music space. You'll see it in health and wellness. You'll see it in lifestyle. The food vertical is the first one. But
Yeah.
now all of a sudden you have so much more data. Think about what that means to brands, right?
Right.
It's huge. So
Well, it's everything because it's all about criteria specific advertising and remember the old day target marketing, show your audience and all that. This brings this to a level so much higher that and so much more criteria specific that you can throw in. If you are knitting cat sweaters, you can throw a net on just that group. I mean, I can't believe how that's one of the most exciting things you guys are doing.
Yeah, there's been a term floating around for 10 years called the retail network, and everybody's interested about this retail network and all this stuff. But truly, there's only a few companies that have the full power of the retail network, and we're bringing that to our distribution partners, right? And I really think this is a game changer for not just us, but the people who want to be our partner, right? They want to distribute with us.
I think that talking about what's happening in the next 6 months, I think as fast as all of this came, and faster than you guys anticipated and projected, I think that it's going to go even faster now because now you've got this force multiplier effect that's going to go on that happens in some successful businesses. Don't you agree?
Yeah, look, I keep telling people, remember when Jeff Bezos was about 3 years into selling books, and all of a sudden he said, hey, I've got this distribution network built, I've got this platform built, why don't I sell other things besides books? And what happened, right? But it was an isolated silo of what Amazon had built. Now you take what we have built, plus the expansion of all these distribution partners, and what that looks like. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. So,
listen, man, thanks. Listen, I know you've been crazy busy, and thanks for taking the time today. I mean, we only told him he was going to go on for one segment. We kept him on for 3.
It happens.
Sorry, brother.
Yeah.
But it's good. We'll get the word out and let's get this stuff repurposed out there. Aaron Day, my friend.
CEO, Amaze, AMZE.com. Nobody else steal my idea for knitting cat sweaters on the Amaze platform.